So today we're going to open up this power station that I've bought, which is the AFERY P210, the UK based model. So I heard of this at the weekend, last weekend, and within a couple of days it was here, so they obviously have a good stock in the UK. So it comes in this big box, obviously, and then you've got a small box inside. So you take off this bit of polystyrene. I've already been in here once and sort of charged it up. So this is why I've just put it all back together so that you guys can see sort of how it comes. That's the battery cover. So the whole unit cover, just for storage. You've got this carry case for 2 cables, one for your solar. I believe that's XT90 connection. And then one to charge it directly from the wall, like a PC cable or a kettle cable. Nice little carry case. All those. And take this next bit of polystyrene off, and then lift the whole unit out. And this is just how the box looks. So it's pretty well packaged. Can't imagine it getting damaged at all during transit, unless people are throwing it about. But this thing weighs something like 20 to 25 kilos, so I don't think they're going to be chucking it about. Comes with this wrap plastic, which is looks to be recyclable, but I'm going to keep all that just in case anything goes wrong. So, as I mentioned, I've already had this out and I was charging it last night basically. So when this came, it was on something like 30%. And now you can see it's fully charged. And you should do that before you use it, really, so that the battery can learn its 100% capacity, etc. So I mean, there's loads of videos out there with things like telling you what it's got on it. 2 USBs, 4 power deliveries, one being at 100 watts. You can activate that by pressing USB. You've got a cigarette lighter here, which is 12 volt 10 amp, but this is the one I was interested in, which is 12 volt 25 amp. So my plan is to sort of wire up the camper van, and have an outlet with some fuses that I can just plug directly into here and power the van, and then bring this in and out of the van basically, and use it elsewhere, like in the shed, to power some lights and heating, etc. You sort of activate each unit by clicking the corresponding button, like DC is this section, which is indicated by cigarette lighter, these barrel ports, and this XT60. This USB is shown by this symbol. These are all active. Got a light here that does 3 functions and turns off. On the top we've got a little compartment for cables. The thing with the UK one is that the plug is pretty big, so getting that in, I think it's going to be a bit of a pain. So I'll probably use that for something else and keep the cables in the carry case. It does feel a little bit flimsy. On the side you've got AC, so in the UK you've got 3 3-pin plugs. It says 2,400 across all 3, I presume. Well, that makes sense, since as this will do 2,400 watts. That's the inverter in it. And again, when you press this AC on the side, it's sort of showing it by this squiggly line. Then on this side, we've got overload protection, which I guess once it pops, if you've run it too hard, you can press that back in. It's like a fuse. On here you've got your AC input for charging and your solar input. Again, I'm going to find a way to charge this not only from solar, but something like the alternator, or a clever way of doing both solar and the alternator. However, this can only take 500 watts, so you need to be careful with that. And it's got the voltage range here, which is 11.5 to 50 volts. So this directly from the wall can do 1100 watts. But one thing that I haven't seen many people talk about online is the fact that you can change the input, the power that's coming in from that charger. Now on the FossyBot, I think it's the F2400, you can twist a little dial that changes it. Well, on this, if you hold the AC button for 10 seconds on the right hand side of the unit, it's a bit long to be honest. I wish you could change. Well, you get this 700. If you keep pressing the AC, you can cycle around 300, 500, 700, 900 and 1100. So it has that same function, which is good. If you just stay on it, I believe, yeah, there you go. So that will charge at 700 now with the mains charger. The other thing that I've noticed is if you double press the screen, sorry, the power button, it goes from light to slightly dark. So again, I saw people mentioning that, oh, you can't turn the screen off, but I believe it will go off after 5 minutes or something. But it's quite good you can dim it, because I'm not sure many people know that. Now, I was just pressing buttons, I didn't read that anyway. So yeah, I'm chuffed with it. It's feels nicely built, looks smart. Covers are good, fit nicely on those two big ports, not too worried about these ones. Buttons feel good. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with it. And maybe I'll do another sort of video once it's up in the van, but that could be months away.